Welcome back to CBH4K, and this is Total War Warhammer 3, the Changeling gameplay showcase. So I started to look at the gameplay showcase we're looking at the upcoming DLC for Total War Warhammer 3. Can't wait to show you guys it. But before we begin, I would like to first say thank you for stopping by. If you could, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Both those be appreciated. And like always, we're first going to have this little intro. Then we're going to see the video play out in full. Then I'm going to talk about it. Let's go.
What is the worth of mortal life without a little chaos? My staff has merely been the carrot, and I am the stick. Let the game begin.
The Changeling, a trickster, a schemer, and a cult leader, always present but never seen. He can take on many faces, all but one, the great God Tzeentch himself. Excited to see the deceiving horror in action? You can order or share your thoughts below. In the Realm of Chaos campaign, the Changeling starts his journey of deception and disorder in Nordland. And in the Immortal Empires campaign, he begins his scheming in Stirland. The Changeling operates in the shadows and will never overtly hold a settlement, but this does not make him a horde faction. As he isn't tied to a region, he can roam about the map, recruiting units from anywhere, and is free from all diplomatic penalties from trespassing. His only goals are to scheme and sow chaos while his cults operate obscured within settlements he has won victory over. After winning a settlement, the Changeling can plant hidden trickster cults to the ends of creating disorder in one form or another. There are two types of building chains, symbiotic and parasitic. Symbiotic buildings help the settlement grow, and of course, this helps the Changeling at the same time. The better a settlement does, the better you do. Parasitic buildings, on the other hand, cause damage and destruction, rotting the settlement and region from within. So there are a few choices to make. Do you want your host settlement to thrive, slowly die, or have a balanced give and take? For the most part, symbiotic buildings won't cause any real issues for the host settlement, and they can be blissful in their ignorance. They will provide you with fewer cult supplies compared to their parasitic counterparts, but that's the trade-off for remaining in the shadows. Parasitic buildings are more disruptive, upping corruption and lowering control. They also increase the chance of your cults being discovered in a settlement, meaning your cults can be booted out. The Warhammer world is a game board to the Changeling, and everyone in it are his pieces, all unwilling participants in his plots. This is how the Changeling has ultimate victory, by performing the ultimate scheme. But to get there, you need to perform multiple minor and grand schemes. Each theatre of war has its own set of schemes, all with different goals. Once you complete a minimum of 3 schemes in a theatre, you will be able to perform the grand scheme for that area. This unlocks a quest battle that you will need to win. Once you have completed 3 grand schemes, you will be able to unlock the ultimate scheme. Who you fight in this final battle will be determined by which grand scheme you have completed over the course of your campaign. One of the Changeling's greatest tricks is the ability to become anyone he wishes. You unlock new forms by defeating that lord or hero in battle, specific schemes, or diplomatic alliances. Once you've chosen which form you wish to take from the lords and heroes you have unlocked, you can transform into them freely in battle, inheriting their strengths and weaknesses. This opens up a huge number of tactical options when planning your grand strategies and will always keep your opponent guessing. Comment which lord you would take into battle. To order or find out more about the game, check out the links below. Along with the assortment of existing units that the Forces of Tzeentch can access, Shadows of Change brings a few more to the Raven Gods roster. Wherever these wandering wizards go, magic and carnage is sure to follow. The Blue Scribes are the new legendary hero. They are quick and have a nasty assortment of spells to send all running. The Cockatrice is a large, single-entity flying monster. All talons, beak and tail, there is no safe place when this winged monstrosity is around. An abomination is all there is to be said for this horror. All magic and muscle, the mutilate vortex beast is the last thing many see. The Sangor are rampaging, wielding monsters at heart. With Vanguard deployment, they can cause a lot of damage to the enemy. Eckhard Hellbrass is your free LC hero, with high armor and a love of killing. You will also gain the Regiment of Renown units, the Sourguts, Shrieking Skyrays, and Aishan the Fallen. We hope you enjoyed this first look at the Changeling, his mechanics, and some of the new units that are coming to the Shadows of Change DLC. Yuan Bo is next in the spotlight, so don't forget to subscribe so you know when that video drops. And if you wish to pre-order or learn more about the Shadows of Change DLC, all the usual links are in the description below.
So, this is the Changeling, as you can see. He has a weird grab hand or whatever. But yeah, he's got like 4 arms. And he doesn't behave like a typical faction. So normally you have settlements, you would have a basically a place to call your own on the campaign map, but the Changeling, while he starts in Nordland, or Stirland, I think it's, yeah. Hold on, let's look at the map again. While he starts up here, he doesn't really have a place to call home. He sort of just moves from place to place. When he conquers a settlement, he puts a cult there. Now the cult, yes, he's Stirland. That's right. He puts a cult there. And that cult basically gets him money, gets him resources, and lets him equip a army. Lets him build an army in that space. Look at that cult. Boop, cult. I actually think this might be a good shake-up for the Tzeentch faction. It adds a little... Oh, I love his little run cycle. It might be a good shake-up for the Tzeentch faction, as it helps expand the roster, and it gives them more... might give them more abilities to do in campaign, because right now Tzeentch plays sort of like a typical faction with special powers that ruin everyone else's time. Let's hit play. Oh, look at that fight. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. But yeah. And it's symbiotic, tristical, and parasitic. Now, symbiotic means it's, as I said, it's friendly. I'm curious to see how well that would go on, because symbiotic seems like it's really beneficial just to keep a symbiotic cult going. Because a parasitic cult will just blow up and get caught. However, from what I've seen, it looks like parasitic is there in case you need a bunch of resources really quickly and you just need it. Like right now. Meanwhile, symbiotic is more like, yeah, I don't really, it's like sort of keeping a income going for the rest of the game. Let's just look around here. Yeah. Well, once you're making too much of a thing, your cult gets discovered, and I honestly think we should have like a campaign map battle for a cult that gets discovered in the game. But that's fine. Oh yeah, and the schemes. I like the schemes here. Let's look at that. You need to do a set amount of regular schemes until you get to the big. Infiltrate a settlement. Raise. Okay, so there are other reasons to have a parasitic cult. It gets your corruption up super high, super quickly. I also like the fact that you get a ton of rewards. Let's look at those. Obtain if you do not have a blade, fruits. Okay. It's really like this. Also the shapeshift. Now, it remains to be seen if the shapeshifting lets you take the mount and the equipment, but from the looks of it, probably doesn't. But we don't know for sure. You do have like baseline abilities, and if you can shapeshift into anyone, and you can get, if you get treaties or whatever, or other means to get the forms, then it's probably going to be a good system. That hand spell's cool. That is pretty cool. I don't think we're going to get that, though. Also, we got new hero units in this. The blue horrors. Those two blue. And we got new units here. I do like the flying. I feel like Zinch needed more flying units. I mean, they have flying units in game already, but it's the bird faction. It doesn't have that many flying units. I also like the fact they got, this is probably their biggest draw, that giant monster thing, and of course Manticore. It's a blue swordsman guy. I call him the blue swordsman guy. I like the fact he controls a sword independently from his hands. Yeah, this all seems pretty good. Let's look at a few more other things. Yeah. Okay, so it also reduces discoverability. That's good to know. And I also like the fact there's like a scheme. So I wonder if you get like a full scheme with your reward is, because I know if you get like up to this big jewel right here, that means you'll do the quest battle and you get like a cool fight to have with you. Is it always just a fight? Can it be something else? I'm curious. I don't think they mentioned anything else. Oh well. If you guys want to know my opinion on the Starfield trailer, then go ahead and click on the end screen link right now, and I'll see you there. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button and to share this on your favorite form of social media. I'll see you in the next video.